my name is Anthony Dominguez. I am currently 23 years of age. So we're going to start off by prepping our vegetables and fruits. The oranges and limes are really good because they help give some acidity to it, help break down the meat a little bit. One of the seasonings that I like to use is golden barbecue. It's a brisket rub that adds a little bit of pepperiness to the meat. I like to season each piece individually just because you know how much seasoning you're putting into all the pieces. That way it's not too heavily seasoned in the end. And because we are putting all the meat back into the bag that it came in, along with all the juices from the limes, the oranges, we're also gonna add some honey in there for a little bit of, you can't really taste the sweetness in it. And it helps break down the meat, make it a little bit more tender. You're gonna see here that we're also prepping some chicken, and that's for a separate meal. But since we're pulling the grill out today, we're gonna go ahead and do all that at once. You see here, we're also gonna throw some soy sauce in there. It's gonna be a low sodium one. It just adds a little bit more depthness of flavor with a little bit of dried chives, and then our special marinating liquid. We're gonna use half of that for the arrachera meat that we're making, and then the other half is gonna go in that chicken that's gonna be prepped for a different meal. And then you're gonna want to let this sit for at least like 3 or 4 hours, just to make sure all the flavors are incorporated into the meat. You got a little taco dog and cowboy dog in the background. They are pretty thin slices of meat, so it shouldn't take that long. So we're gonna start off by cleaning the grill. Make sure it gets nice and hot. Hit it with the Scrub Daddy grill scrubber. And then I like to test one piece of meat first. Go ahead and put that on the grill. Make sure that gets nice and done. Just to make sure everything tastes good. If you need to add a little bit more seasoning, sometimes it does happen. When I'm grilling food, a lot of the times it's experimental. Most of the times it comes out correctly, but you still want to just taste one piece, cook one of the smaller pieces up, make sure it comes out nice and good before you continue with the rest of it, and then realize it didn't come out as how you planned.
When did you start to take an interest in cooking?
Honestly, I would say like 8, 9, 10 years old when I started taking an interest in cooking. A lot of the times was just we were home a lot when we were smaller. You started from small stuff, making eggs and sopas and stuff to eat when you're home. You just get tired of eating the same thing over and over.
Where did you learn this particular recipe?
So this particular recipe, I learned it, I'm gonna be honest, online, just looking up traditional like arrachera recipes, and then over the past couple years of making this same dish, just tweaking it to however you like it, adding different spices.
For this side dish, we're gonna make rice, and we're gonna start off by putting oil in the bottom of the pan. I like to use olive oil, and then for today, we're doing 2 cups of rice. Keep stirring until they're toasted and brown, and then that's when we add 4 cups of water. A particular trick that I learned from my abuelita is instead of filling it exactly to the 2-cup mark, you fill the cup all the way up. Next, we're gonna add some tomato sauce and some consommé, or caldo de pollo, that we like to add, and it gives it you leave the rice until the water goes below the top of the rice line. As you can see here, I'm checking to see if there's any extra water left in the bottom of the pan, and also if it has burnt in the bottom.
My favorite part about the food was the rice because it wasn't dry, and I also liked the flavor from the rice.
Had a really good flavor. It wasn't too chewy. The texture was really good. I would eat it over going out to a restaurant any day.
I really enjoyed the whole meal. The marinade made the meat